I have another free resource for you, and I was so happy that I found this the other day. I was looking for some free vector graphics that I could use for some GIMP tutorials that I wanted to put together. So if you go back 2 or 3 videos that I've released on TinkerzLab, you'll see the ones I'm talking about. But I found the site freesvg.org, and everything that you see on here should be public domain, which means that you can download it, you can use it in your personal projects, you can use it in a commercial project. It doesn't matter. So I immediately set up an account after I scoured some of the SVGs, categories of SVGs that I was looking for. And I found precisely what I was looking for. And they're good quality SVG files. So I set up an account, and I've already uploaded one vector graphic image to the site. So whenever I use open source software, I use an open source operating system, I use open source applications and free resources online like free SVG. So what I hope everybody does, what I do, is I either donate resources to give back to the community, I donate time, or I donate money. And it doesn't have to be much. It could be $1, $2, $5, whatever you can afford. But if it's something that you enjoy using and it's something that you enjoy frequently, I do encourage you and recommend that you give back to the community that gives so much. So anyway, this is it. This is the free SVG website that I've got up right now. You can see right here that this little TinkerzLab Christmas Nisa #1. Okay, so I've created quite a bit of artwork in the past, vector art, because I publish books annually. One of the books I publish annually for the family is a Christmas book. And so I'm always looking for good vector graphic artwork that I can use as part of my compositions for my book covers. And so I created this little guy for my 2022 Christmas book. So I decided to upload it into the public domain so anybody can download it and use it for their own projects. So in this instance, I'm giving back to the community that provides me with so much. So if I click on this, it'll bring it up. It gives you the title at the top, which I named it TinkerzLab Christmas Nisa #1. It shows the description over here. It shows the license is public domain, which means anybody can download it and use it for whatever purpose they want to. It shows the number of downloads because I just uploaded it right before I started this video. And it tells you who it was published by, TinkerzLab. Now, without creating an account, you can download it as a vector graphic, the SVG file. Okay, I'm logged in right now. So all you got to do is click this button, download SVG. It immediately comes up. It has the ID code and then the title of the vector graphic that you're downloading. So we'll go ahead and download it to our tutorial folder here. And then it gives you and this is awfully nice of them to do this. They convert these into a PNG format, like a digital image. So if you can't or don't want to use a vector graphic file, you can also download a standard digital image version of it. So and I always make whenever I upload a piece of clip art like this, I always make the background transparent, so it makes it very easy for other people to use it as clip art. So you have to be logged in order to download it as an image file. So, but it doesn't cost you anything to create an account, username, password. Once you've done that and you're logged in, you can download not only the SVG, the vector graphic, but you can download the image file. So we'll go ahead and select the large PNG file to download. Just that simple. So now if we go into our tutorial folder, we'll see the 2 files I just downloaded. So if I wanted to use this vector art, clip art if I wanted to go in and I wanted to edit it or use it in a composition that I was going to put together in Inkscape, which is typically the application that I use for things of that nature, I just double click it. My Inkscape comes up, and here we have our little vector art in Inkscape. And so you can go to the layers. You can see all the layers that make up the image. There's quite a few layers that I created for this image. We'll go ahead and close that out. But you can edit it. You can edit it if you want to, and use it in whatever you want to. And then here is the PNG file. So there it shows you. I've got it up in my image viewer right now. You can see that it has a transparent background. If I want to, I can open it up into GIMP, my graphic editor. There it is again. If you want to, you can add a background to it. I like keeping my clip art with a transparent background, but you can add a background to it if you want to. So there's a lot of places that, and if you want to, you can actually import. I don't know if you realize this, but GIMP will actually import an SVG file. So if I go, let's go ahead and start up the GIMP right here. I shouldn't have closed it down, but we'll go in, we'll open up a file, we'll go into TinkerzLab, free stuff, freesvg.org for this video, and then we'll grab the SVG version of that. Okay, and it asks you what resolution do you want it at, your pixels per inch. I typically select 100, and then it gives me the height and the width that it's going to import. Based on that resolution, it's going to be 850 by 1100. It's a pretty big file. And so I'll click OK, and then there it is. So GIMP can also import and use these SVG files. You don't have to just use them in a vector graphics program. You can use it in a digital image editor like the GIMP. I can use them just fine. When I used those clip art images for the GIMP tutorials that I just recently published, I imported those SVG files into the GIMP, and it imported every single one of them just fine. So I'll go ahead and close this out. All right, now let's go back and take another look at freesvg.org. We'll go back to the home page, and I'll show you. Like I searched for moon, so I was doing some space type compositions. I wanted to create tutorials to show you how to make some shadows, things of that nature. Let me see if I can find maybe in a couple of pages. Okay, here it is. Here's the moon that I downloaded. I just thought that was a really excellent vector graphic of a little cartoon moon. I thought that was, somebody did a great job on that. Public domain. It doesn't actually, published by Open Clip Art. It doesn't really say who actually created it. Too bad, but who created it. But whoever it was, they did a fantastic job on this piece of vector art. This is one of the assets that I used in that. Now, you'll notice that when you look for these things, up here at the top, one way that these guys are able to pay the electric bill to keep the lights on is they have ads on the page. So you'll notice that at the top of the page, these are all Shutterstock images. These are moons on Shutterstock. They are not free. Okay, down below this ad area right here, all of these are free. So just be aware of that along this top border up here, those are all commercial images. Those are not the ones on free SVG. That's just an advertisement. So you can select anything down in this group, and as you can see, there's 15 pages of just things that fall in the category of moon. So, and then you've got ads over here above the tags as well. So just be aware of that. So if I click on this moon, you'll see the Shutterstock thing comes up here again, right here in the center. So you've got the information over here about the SVG file. Here's the actual SVG file itself where you can download it. And then it has related SVG images from free SVG. But just be aware that part of these pages that come up are not for free SVG. These are just advertisements that take you to a different site where they are commercial and you have to pay for them. So be aware of that. But this is another fantastic free resources for high quality clip art and images to use in your compositions, and they're completely free to use. So don't forget this resource, bookmark it. I was so happy that I found this site. these are becoming fewer and fewer available out there, it seems to me. But anyway, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Tinker's Lab.